The village was called Nurabad, a place where ancient trees, crumbling mansions, and silent nights stood as monuments of time. Among its residents lived a respected man, Hakim Sadiq, with his wife Fariha and their only child, a 10-year-old girl named Anaya, innocent, cheerful, and beloved by all. One stormy evening, under a sky full of thunder and an eerie silence blanketing the village, Anaya went missing while playing. The entire village searched the fields, rivers, and forests, but she had vanished without a trace. It was as if the earth had swallowed her whole. 5 long years passed. Most people had moved on, but one night, while Fariha sat in the courtyard, reading the Quran, there was a soft knock on the door. When she opened it, a girl stood there wearing an old white dress covered in dirt, clutching the same doll Anaya used to play with. "Ami," the girl whispered in a trembling voice. Fariha screamed. Sadiq rushed out. When they looked at her face, their world stopped. It was Anaya. At first, everyone thought it was a miracle, but something was off. Anaya wasn't the same innocent child anymore. Her eyes held a strange emptiness. She would sit for hours in one spot, mumble to herself, and laugh uncontrollably in the dead of night. Weird things began happening. Shadows appeared in mirrors, utensils clattered on their own, and sometimes Anaya would disappear, only to be found standing on the roof. Neighbors started whispering, "This isn't Anaya. Something is wrong." Sadiq invited Baba Kamar Shah, a spiritual elder from the village. The moment he saw Anaya, he fell to his knees. "This isn't your daughter," he declared. 5 years ago, her body was buried in the realm of the djinns. This being, it's wearing her face, but the soul inside is not hers. Sadiq and Fariha refused to believe it. But then Anaya stared into Baba Kamar's eyes and said coldly, "Your time is over, Baba." And he collapsed to the ground. The investigation led them to the day of Anaya's disappearance. She had wandered near the old cemetery, beside the forbidden mansion, Bibi Sahran's Haveli. Legends claimed djinns lived there. Sadiq entered the mansion himself. It felt like stepping into another world. Each room whispered a story. Children's names were scrawled in blood on the walls. One of them read, "Anaya." Then came an old woman's voice. "You've come to take your daughter? But she's our queen now." And from the shadows appeared the same girl, Anaya, but with blood streaming from her eyes. Baba Kamar explained that only one night allowed a bridge between realms, the night of Laylatul Qadr. If Anaya's real soul could be called back that night, the body might be freed from its otherworldly occupant. Armed with the Quran, azan, and spiritual verses, they returned to the mansion. The djinn inside Anaya screamed, "She belongs to us." But Sadiq stood firm. Fariha embraced her and said, "If you are not our daughter, we don't want your body either." With that, she raised a blade. But before she could do anything, Anaya fell to the ground, crying, "Ami, save me. I want to come back." There was a deafening explosion, and then silence. Morning came. Anaya was unconscious, but her face looked peaceful. When she finally awoke days later, she remembered nothing. Sadiq and Fariha left the village and moved to the city. Anaya began living like a normal child, or so it seemed. But sometimes, late at night in her sleep, she would whisper, "I came back, but I'm no longer their daughter."